You know it's going down. We play from beginning to ending. You know how we finish. Turn to the bank, gotta handle our business. We need the ball, so it's time to go get it. Play with your heart when you hit, make them call you in. You know I'm with. You come to the bank and get out of line, we sending a blitz. Said who you with? You know I'm with. That purple and black, and when we attack, you know what it is.
You're not locked in Zone 32.
All right, welcome back to Zone 32. This is going to be a little bit of a different start to the show. Obviously, you just see me on your screen right now, and you haven't seen me for a while. So, we as a group thought it was important to sort of address, the hiatus, the off and on, the inconsistency of the last couple months. My message is going to be this. Everybody out there, it doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter your circumstances, doesn't matter your financial situation, your means. Everybody needs to prioritize mental health. And that can look different for different people. The big important thing is to make sure you're talking to your people, whether you are struggling or you think, somebody is struggling. The most important thing you can do is talk to somebody. Could be a friend, family, medical professional, a stranger, whatever the case may be. You got to do what you got to do. You gotta leverage your resources, whatever they may be. I'm going to put some on the screen right now. These are important resources to know are out there. So if you find yourself in a situation where you don't know where else to turn, you can always talk to somebody by calling one of these numbers or going to that website. Again, the big thing is this: stay connected. Don't isolate. Don't ignore. You gotta make sure you are treating your mental health just like you would your physical health. If you get hurt, you put a Band-Aid on it. You go to the doctor. If you get sick, you go to the doctor. And mental health is no different. So as a group, that's something we all wanted to put out there. It's hard on the internet sometimes. People put out what they want you to know, what they want you to see, and it can be difficult to see people living a life that you wish you had, or making you feel like your struggles are unusual, because it is not unusual to feel overwhelmed or to feel anxious or whatever's going on inside your head. So anyway, I'm not gonna belabor this, and I know this is typically a pretty lighthearted show, so we're not going to be serious moving forward. But this was something that was important to everyone. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get the show started.
And here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Zone 32 podcast, episode 169. We have a quartet tonight. My name is Jake. His name is Drew. His name is Trippy. His name is Will. Say what's up to the people.
I would like to add to the the video that started. Will claimed that we're not a serious podcast, but I am. We're very serious journalists here, so I just wanted to address that.
We have broken a lot of news.
Yeah, we have.
I mean, there's just no more serious four journalists in the United States of America than us four. So,
well, we are serious people, but typically our subject matter is not serious outside of the context of.
Are you
Ravens
saying
football.
that Are you saying that me arguing that David Ojabo was like Defensive Player of the Year is not a serious take? Is that what we're doing here?
I'm very serious about that same subject. So
yeah, everything we do here is very serious. Very professional. There's no other podcast that's like that. So just so everybody's aware, we said that we keep it light here, but we don't. This is very important stuff that we go over.
That's right. We do our serious research. So onto the show.
Hold on.
What's happening?
What is this in the fucking chat? What is
6-7?
this?
Does that mean?
We got this 6-7 bullshit happening in our chat. What the fuck is this?
We also don't really. I'm too old to understand what that actually means.
Same.
I assume that's how.
It.
I assume that's how Will feels almost every day when he's like.
Is this
seeing
Naldo?
Stuff
is this Naldo's new name?
Yes.
It's gotta be.
What the fuck, Naldo? What is this EDC slander?
Oh, well,
he's
you got off Twitter. You got off Twitter, and he's gone off the rails. He's totally lost his mind. I've called ICE on him like 4 times, but they haven't.
Good.
They haven't found him yet. They will eventually, but not yet.
They're gonna find him outside of Home Depot in Aspen Hill soon.
Call his ass again.
That's right. EDC is not the Rock. He is not a bald fraud. He's bald, but he's not a fraud.
Anywho, really totally bald. He's kind of got hair on the side, so he's kind of like a fake bald person. Maybe that's what he means. Is that EDC is like a not a real bald person. He's fraudulent in the bald community. He's not like me or Jebsy.
I could respect that. That is an accurate take. So, from 1-5 to 6-5, riding a 5-game winning streak, the Ravens have a winning record for the first time this season, and on the back of a defense that hasn't given up more than 20 points in a game since Week 5, and a banged up but healthy Lamar Jackson, the Ravens are tied with the Steelers for first place. We actually have the tiebreaker over them due to a better division record. So, Drew, we already know. I'm going to start with you. Before I get into it, can the Ravens keep winning these games, keep winning, and keep their winning streak alive with a struggling offense, but a stingy defense as of late?
Whoever this gentleman is, ILLIIILL, whatever the fuck his name is, nailed it. We're going to win the Super Bowl. Just it is what it is. Fully bought back in. I think that Daniel Falele and Andrew Voorhees are terrorists and should not be playing anymore.
You said his name wrong. It's Daniel Faduti.
No, I don't even want to call him by his name, to be honest. I might just start calling him 77.
Faduti.
Yeah, it just feels like that's giving him too much credit, giving him like wasting my time on a nickname for him, to be honest. Like, he's awful. Voorhees is awful. I think that our red zone play calling is still atrocious. I think that defensively speaking, we still don't get enough pressure on the quarterback consistently. Like, there are flaws with this team. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like we're perfect, but we keep winning. So I just keep fucking winning. That's really my
playoff
only
football,
takeaway.
though. Really, that's playoff football. Yeah. You win. Doesn't matter if it's pretty. It doesn't matter. I mean, now.
Yeah.
Serious. Now, Trip. I'm going to need you to have a very serious conversation with Todd about the play calling. It is fucking maddening sometimes.
Trippy, I got one thing I want you to tell Todd when you see him on Thursday. Just anytime you're inside the 10-yard line, even inside the 20, Patrick Ricard should be on the field every play. There is
got you.
There is no reason. I understand. I don't know, theory, scheme, whatever you want to say, where Todd's trying to put 3 wide receivers out there and run the ball. And it's kind of the opposite of what Greg Roman used to do, where Greg Roman would come out in heavy sets and pass. And it throws off the defense, whatever. Like, I get the rationale behind it, but it doesn't work because our 2 guards can't get any push on run plays.
Yeah, I'm about to say
Ricard in there.
And calling straight dropbacks. I mean, honestly, calling straight dropbacks at all is a bad idea with our 2 guards, but definitely calling straight dropbacks out of shotgun inside the 10-yard line is ridiculous. The field is small. We're already getting pressure right away every time the fucking ball snapped. and they're calling a straight drop, expecting there to be a pocket that just is not going to exist. I don't understand why in the world you do that.
That was in a Jets
Oh,
game
Jesus
though, right?
Christ!
What happened?
Like, what's this?
About Trent.
That was in the Pats by
Trent's
300.
not a real person. It's fine. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Trent just said
diehard Patriots homer, but what I don't understand is like Will said, you know, the straight dropbacks, and then when we're not doing a straight dropback, it's always a roll out to the right. It is always the same play. It is your backside wide receiver is going to be coming across the back line of the end zone. You're going to have a tight end or a slot wide receiver running a flat, and then you're going to have another guy running kind of like a corner route. And Lamar rolls out to the right, and it never fucking works.
so. Like
Instead of doing this shit over and over again, where we keep doing things that don't work and have proven to not work, like I'd like for us to stop doing that. Maybe mix it up a little bit, do things that work. You know, again, like I tweeted on Sunday, Zay Flowers. Every time Zay Flowers catches the ball, his first step is backwards. Like let's stop doing that. It's not working. It doesn't work. So
It's a metaphor for the play calling.
I think we should but I don't like to talk too much because I told you, yo, Todd be listening to the podcast and shit.
good.
Todd, Trippy told me privately that he wants you to have Patrick Ricard on the field at all times, or he's going to stop being friends with you. So, Todd, if you're listening, just know you're going to lose a powerful ally.
We love Todd.
Because
I
love
love
Todd.
but man,
Yeah,
get back.
you know-
I mean, and it's like sometimes his play calling is unbelievable, but then
you know
man,
he said he
let's-
unfollowed
You know
me
what
on
the
Twitter
problem with
'cause I be
I
critiquing his
actually
offense.
Todd's play calling is actually not bad. The problem is the guys that we have out there don't work for the play call.
Right.
So
right.
like again,
True.
like we keep trying to do these, you know, 3 wide receiver sets where we're running the ball, and that would mean that your offensive line has to do their job, and our offensive line never does their job.
I think maybe
and
he
instead
was doing
of-
that just because it was the Jets, though.
Yeah,
so?
but like it
but
does.
it's been every week.
So yeah, it's not always the first time we call a play and it doesn't work that I'm going to get frustrated at. It's the fact that we keep doing it over and over again throughout the course of a game when it's proven to not work. And it's like, you know, the definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Like, why are we expecting different results at this point? We know that Daniel Flaley is going to be flat on his face or blocking air, 70% of plays. Like, it's just going to happen. It is what it is. We know that Andrew Voorhees is not consistent. He's not going to hold his blocks all the time. We know Ronnie Stanley is not quite 2019 All-Pro Ronnie Stanley. And,
He's going to
get
Keep
beat
going.
every once in a while. We know Roger's a second-year player. He's going to make young player mistakes. Like, he's just not perfect. It is what it is. But, like, we keep calling plays that are predicated on these guys doing their jobs, all 5 of them doing their jobs. And I don't know if there's been a play this year where all 5 offensive linemen have done their job. And I don't know if I'm being like dramatic by saying that, but it is what it is.
I mean,
It's 100% correct.
I think they did, but they never did it like at the same time. Like,
Right.
it's
Yeah,
like
if you
when,
look
like
at any-
one, like the first, like say for instance, right. As soon as they get the ball, they might run the ball good, right? They might get a good 5, 6, 7, 8 yards. The next play is back the dumb shit. And I do agree with you, like, it might, I mean, I can't say it's play calling. I ain't really saying, but it's just that the offense line don't even get no push. Even like, I think this was in Cleveland last week. Bro, we get to the goal line. We damn near right there on the 1 yard line, and we can't get a yard. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, where is the push at? And I do agree with you. Every time we in the red zone, I don't give a fuck what package it is. Pat Ricard need to be on the fucking field. You feel me?
Right. 'Cause
But-
it's not so
So much the play calls that are bad. It's the execution from the players. But like, if you keep calling plays that need a certain player to execute a certain way, and they've proven time and time again that they can't do it, stop putting them in that position.
So what you
It's more he needs to adapt his play calling to the roster he has rather than trying to force the guys that are on the field to fit his play call.
Yeah, I
That
agree
makes sense.
because I mean we got different players. Like we got different players, whereas though we can come out with different packages and be able to execute. But I still feel like it's the offensive line. But I know one thing though. I sent you the video earlier, man. I've been saying this shit for like I guess since week 2, week 3. Emory Jones, man, the flock waiting on it. He just keeps shaking his head like he wants some smoke. You feel what I'm saying? But
Yep.
I mean, I don't want to say
All
too
right,
much because you know.
I just want to address a text message Will and I got. I assume Green Tea K9 is or Green Tree K9 is VD,
Oh,
which I was not
that's VD.
which I was not aware. But
Yeah,
now I'm
okay.
reading.
So now
I'm reading through the
so
chat.
now I will put
Yeah.
this one on the screen.
Yeah, it makes a
A lot more. I read that one. I'm like, all right, so we got some drunk people watching our stream, but it's just VD up to his
Trippy,
normal shenanigans.
There's accusations that you were at the insurrection on January 6th. Would you like to address that?
Come on, man.
Do you know?
Come on now.
Do you know what happened
on January 6th?
You saw that shit? Well, that shit that happened at the White House.
Yeah. Well, it's at the Capitol. Yeah.
Capitol?
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, that was closer than I thought you'd be to it. So.
You know,
All right.
y'all know how I am, man. You know, I don't like talking about shit like that, man. But,
No.
More like
Yeah.
I just
So
when
VD,
people ask me
VD,
what's
that answers
Trippy
your
like,
question. Untrue.
when people ask me
what Trippy's like, I'm like, he just lives, eats, sleeps, drinks Ravens football 24/7.
No,
And
not
there's-
true. He's also a very big Orioles fan. So
yeah,
respect
but I'm talking during
respect the
football
Orioles.
season.
yeah, only went to
Right.
5 games this year. But no, back to what
Yeah,
I was saying though. I mean, it is more I want to see with the offense. I ain't gonna lie with you. Like, I want to see Likely get more involved. I would love to see LaJohntay West at least get a little involved. You know what I'm saying? I want to see like different. I want to see Tez Walker get more involved. Like
More
other
D-Hop targets.
Like D-Hop. You know what I mean? Like I would love to see Derrick Henry, even Keaton Mitchell on the field together. Even if it's like Keaton Mitchell, Hill. Because if you think about it, when you got Lamar back there, it'll throw people off. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when you keep switching the same shit. All right, we taking Derrick Henry out. We putting in Hill. We kind of know the offense look obvious. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yep, big time.
you know how we see. You know how
we said
say too
earlier,
much, though.
you know how we said earlier in the year that we thought like the defense was getting too creative for the players that they had, and that was causing the problem. Is that we were asking guys who were not capable of creativity to do creative things, and it was causing us to give up points. I think the opposite is true for the offense. Is that we call too vanilla of a scheme sometimes when we have Lamar Jackson, we have Keaton Mitchell, we have Zay Flowers, we have DeAndre Hopkins. Like we have these guys that you can use in complex ways that are not conventional and are going to be hard to defend. And offensively, the approach we take is kind of like the safe approach, the vanilla approach, and it works. We score points, whatever, but like it's not as good as the offense should be with the players that we have. And it's like the opposite of the defense is that Zach Orr tries too hard and does, ends up putting like a defensive tackle in coverage or doing something stupid like that. Like it should be reversed. The defense is the one that should be playing I don't want to say the conservative style, but the more just, straight up, like you know what the play call is. There's no weird rotations and none of this, extra shit that, causes blown coverages.
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm glad you just said Zach Orr, man. I don't know what's up with Zach Orr. He don't be showing the flock no love after the game. And I'm very upset with that.
To be fair,
the flock was calling for him to be murdered after like week 3.
Yeah,
so.
but you know me, I still was rocking with him. I ain't like that because see, I took a trip to DC a couple weeks ago, and y'all saw the video. Shout out my man Mike.
You and Mike Mack.
You know what I mean? I miss my man Mike, but I mean, I still fuck with Orr though. But I'm glad. But I ain't gonna get in the full details what me and Mike talked about. But I mean, it kind of makes sense now why we went out and got a safety. You know what I mean? Put Kyle in the box. But I mean, it's kind of crazy that he had to have a talk with Mike to just, to get the shit right when I feel like you should already had that in your head. But
yeah, you know what's frustrating though? Hey, Drew, you know what's frustrating is you're right, except then the offense turns into this like this unit that doesn't have an identity once they get inside the 10-yard line. The play calling is ridiculous. It makes no fucking sense.
We have an identity. The problem is we don't lean into the identity. Like again,
right. Be vanilla. Run the ball 4 times with Derrick Henry. You're gonna get fucking 5 yards.
But I'm saying though, didn't we do that before though? We did that before, remember? I mean, Lamar wasn't in the game, but remember, we did the shit. We ran the ball 4 times.
The problem is you don't have You don't
with
have
Lamar, things change.
Right, like you
have to go out on the field in those short yardage situations, and you have to say, I've got Charlie Kohler, I've got Patrick Ricard, I've got Derrick Henry, and I've got Lamar Jackson. And like those four guys are the key to any running play working. You know, you got a great blocking tight end. You got Ricard, who is basically a sixth offensive lineman that you can move around in the backfield and line up where you want to, you know, create the gaps you want. You have Derrick Henry, who's 6'3", 250 pounds and runs a 4.5 40. And then you have Lamar Jackson, who's like the most elusive player in NFL history. And like the fact that we can't figure out how to use those four guys in unison to just get 5 yards is nuts to me.
That's because Todd's spending the whole week coming up with new ways to fake a fucking push.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, can
we stop with that? Can we? It worked. Okay, the fourth down one was great. Where what's his name? Fucking Andrews ran it for a touchdown. Cool.
Well, then they also had to say they also ran the fake where they ran it into like a pitch to Lamar, which was great too. But you know, like you don't have to have.
It might be another one. It might be another one. But I mean,
what's the next one? Is that, you know, fucking Mark Andrews is going to drop back and throw a pass? Like let's stop with this shit. Like just fucking get the yard.
But I still feel like it's the offensive line, man. Like, because remember
trenches. It's both sides of the ball. I mean, all our problems are the trenches.
Years ago, Drew. Remember a couple years ago when they was like, that's not the guards like Todd want. Todd want guards that can be able to like move around, more mobile, like can like pull. Did we even see like our guards pull this shit this season? No. Like,
he pulls all the time. He just pulls out into the fucking, you know, no man's land, or he falls flat on his face while he's trying to.
Bro, I swear to God, you know how Harbaugh is. Harbaugh always like to make position changes and have people playing out of positions. I will put Falele fat ass at D tackle. I'm sorry, bro. I'll put him at D tackle, bro. Like, I don't think what wrong could he do playing D tackle at this point? Like,
cut him, tell him to go to Connecticut. Go play WWE wrestler.
But like I said, I'm just hoping they give Emory Jones a shot. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get a shot. And what's the other kid name? Keon Green.
Was it Corey Bullock?
Yeah, Corey Bullock, or the other dude, Keon Green. Remember he played for the Texans and something.
Kenyon
like
Green, the former first rounder.
Yeah, him. Because I be talking to him, and it seems like they ready. I guess they just waiting on a shot though. But
yeah, but like my problem
is that again we've watched Falele for, what has he started for now? It's been 25 games, 26 games at this point. Like he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. It is what it is. Like there's no denying it anymore.
He's never had one great game. He's had a couple games where he hasn't been horrific through that 25 game stretch.
But yeah, he's had great reps. He's had great drives, maybe. But I don't even know if he's put together a good quarter of football. Yeah, to be honest,
I ain't gonna lie. He had one good block Sunday. I was watching.
Yeah, but
he's 6'8", 400 pounds. Like a blind squirrel finds a nut occasionally.
Bro,
broken clock's right
bro,
twice.
You better get a good fucking block. You're bigger than everybody else.
Listen. My thing is, bro, you're 6'7", you're 300 something pounds, bro. You can't just put your hands on somebody. You that soft, bro.
Like the reason why I
stopped being good at football later in life is that for my entire childhood, I was bigger than everybody else. And so like I didn't have to and basketball was the same problem. I didn't have to have any actual fucking skills. I could just bully people based on size. And then people caught up to me in size and I was like, oh wow, I actually kind of suck at basketball. I can't jump, you know, and now I'm not taller than everybody else. Like, what the fuck? And like that's what Falele looks like out there, is that he's a kid that like made it to this point in his life because he's just so fucking big that everybody was giving him a shot because he's got this God-given talent that, you know, you can't teach somebody to be 6'8", 400 pounds. Like it just, you're born that way.
I don't know, bro. Maybe I might be tripping. I hate to say it, yo. I think he might turn it around. I mean, I hope he can turn it around. Because he got the size.
I think he's unemployed next year.
He doesn't
fit. He doesn't fit what we want to do at all. And like,
he's got tackle size and measurables, but with none of the athleticism. That's a problem.
Well, and the other part is
he's got good athleticism for his size, but that's not good athleticism overall. You know, he moves better than most 6'8", 400-pound human beings in the history of the world. You know what I mean? Like most people that size.
Put him on special team. Put him on the fucking field goal block team.
Right, do something.
Actually,
bro, he need to I don't know what. Like he got the size, but he not a bully, bro. Like I don't know, maybe somebody need to knock him really like knock his like. I didn't want to say what I
Telling
wanted
you,
to say, but yeah, you feel
WWE
me?
wrestling,
Knock his
they'll
dick string
they'll
loose or
they'll
something.
they'll find
Pause.
something for him to do at that size.
I mean,
and weight.
where's Earl
Thomas to punch somebody when you need him. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
sign Earl Thomas to a day contract. Have him kick the fuck out of
Bro,
Flatley
it
and,
was
you
to
know,
the
fire
point.
him up.
Listen,
This
Ryan
is what we
Jensen,
wanted Ndamukong Suh to come in and do a couple years ago.
Ryan Jensen was at the game, bro. I'm gonna send you the video, Drew. Like I asked him, I said, "Hey, bro, can you come play guard?" He laughing, bro. But it's like when I talk to former linemen, like even when I was talking to George Jones, play for the Seattle Seahawks, bro. Like they ain't talking bad about him, but just like the way how they laugh at this shit, like you could tell, like the shit a joke. You feel me? Like that shit
mean,
crazy, bro.
You're in that weird realm where it's like the NFL brotherhood and they're never going to trash another player for no particular reason, but they all know. They're all like, yeah, this guy fucking sucks. And he does. It is what it is. Like, it's not.
I don't want the Ravens draft another motherfucker player for Penn State or Minnesota.
Minnesota? Yeah, fuck that.
well, and Fillali
And Bateman were roommates in college too, which is just weird in the first place.
Yeah,
like
I guess
offensive
it
lineman
is.
rooming with a wide receiver, but and then you got the whole story of like the Harbaugh family was recruiting Fillali out of when he was in fucking Australia and they were scouting him and shit. Like,
You
some
think
weird stuff
Fillali was on
going on
that
there.
boat with Bateman?
maybe. I don't know.
Actually, no, probably not because the boat would have sank. But it's
Hey, bro,
just,
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I wish you would have had Josh Simpson, because one thing about Josh Simpson, like he gonna give it all he got. Like I was watching him Sunday,
Except
bro.
for when
Like
he's
off doing. I don't know why the fuck he left. People were saying that he was going to go be a transgender or something, and he was going through some identity crisis. Like,
What the fuck?
yeah,
Josh Simmons, right?
right? That's who you're talking about, right? Or do you mean
no,
John Simpson?
Josh,
No,
Josh,
he said John Simpson.
Josh Simpson, right? I say,
I
oh,
thought you
that's
meant
why I
Josh
went on
Simmons.
beat. Like, no,
No.
not Josh Simpson, Josh
Right.
Simpson. You see what I'm saying? He was balling
Yeah, but
Sunday.
Josh Simpson
Simpson was the fucking original master of blocking air. And he had that market corner,
And even
until he
he's
gave
an
Flatley a
improvement
job.
on what we have currently.
Or,
We
you
get
know,
called
and then
for
you got-
like a couple holds,
Shit,
but
we should have
you
just
had
got Josh
Macari.
Simpson and Zeitler back. Fuck it, run that back.
Not bringing Zeitler back was a huge mistake.
100%
But I mean,
agree.
See,
But I mean-
that's revisionist history, though. Like, I get the argument that he's gone on to play more years, but like, he was contemplating retiring because of medical reasons at that point, and like the Ravens didn't trust that he could play 17 games. I don't think he trusted he could play 17 games.
And let's
And
be honest, he wasn't playing that good.
He did
his
get
last
hurt last
season.
year. He did.
was
He was on
getting-
IR last year.
He was getting put on his ass though. But what I'm saying is, like, I think some Raven fans fail to realize, like, when we signed Lamar back, because you gotta think about it. Remember, we traded for Roquan Smith. They were saying, "Oh, we ain't gonna sign him. We signed him. We got Odell, right? You see what I'm saying? We drafted Zay Flowers. We still had to sign Kyle. We managed to sign Bateman. Like, EDC doing a good job, bro. Like, everything ain't gonna be perfect. Like, yeah, he fucked up in the trenches, but I'm pretty sure he gonna fix it in the off season. But I still feel like we got players
Well,
on
the
the
reality.
yeah, I hate being this guy because I get just endless amounts of shit online for it. But like, where has EDC really gone wrong? I mean, he's made solid attempts to address the trenches on both sides of the ball. He's put multiple guards on that roster that are not getting playing time. He's drafted multiple edge guys who are, whether it's Adisa Isaac, who's like a money laundering scheme, or a Jabba who's never healthy, or but there have been attempts made there. They don't work. And like my issue with the whole narrative of like EDC is negligent, whatever. Like, you sign guys you have or you draft guys you have a vision for what they're going to turn into. They don't always pan out. The Ravens' biggest issue is that rather than seeing, okay, I drafted this, to use Flaley as an example, I drafted this 6'8", 400-pound offensive lineman. He is a scout's wet dream in terms of physical traits, and maybe we can bring him in here and somebody can coach him up into something good. And okay, fine. So like I follow that. You haven't sit the first year. He kind of develops a little bit, whatever. You give him the starting job. It's not working. It's clear to anybody with eyes that it's not working, and they don't make the change. That's where I get frustrated, is that it's not so much the guys we have on the roster. It's the inability to like realize something's not working and change direction quickly. You know, rather than waiting too long and letting these problems pile up to the point where you're like, you know, begging for undrafted free agents to step in and play, or, you know, looking for some guy off the street to come save your offensive line. Like that's where I get frustrated with the team, is not so much the, you know, you're going to make mistakes. No, you're not going to draft guys that are, you know, you're not going to hit on every draft pick. You're not going to hit on every free agent signing. Injuries happen. You know, like the Matabike injury was huge to the defensive line. You know, nobody really seems to talk about that
I
when we
think
talk about
huge
how
to
bad
the
our
entire
trenches are.
defense, but
Yeah. And you know, it sucks. Like injuries happen. Sometimes you're going to get caught flat-footed, or, you know, you really can't draft a backup to Matabike. Like he's a $20 million a year pass rusher. You know what I mean? Like you don't just find those guys on the streets.
Right.
Like it's not an easy guy to replace. So
well,
like when
you
shit goes wrong with,
you want to talk about another thing that we've waited too long to change?
What?
Why is Chris Horton still fucking employed by the Ravens?
Well, I mean, because John Harbaugh's
still employed by the Ravens.
Bro,
So,
I ain't
like,
gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm sick of his ass.
Which one?
The person you just said. I don't even want
Chris
to say
Horton?
his name.
Why the fuck?
Yeah.
Why the fuck? Why
Motherfucker
are we?
was
Why are we
signing
giving?
autographs.
Why is every kick return to the 40-yard line? What are we fucking doing?
because we have
poor kick coverage because you know, Chris Horton's a terrorist. Like
He's been
it's just-
terrible for 3 fucking years now. This is the 3rd season in a row. He's been horrific.
They got
I
rid
mean,
of the
the only
other
reason-
dude. They should have got rid of his ass, Chris Hood. They should have got rid of him too. I'm sorry, I just want like a new face, man. Like,
Well, and like
Oh.
Randy Brown is doing a good job. Why don't you just let him be the fucking special teams coordinator?
why
Randy
is
Brown was the one that got
still
leaked.
your offense?
offensive line coach after last year. You know, again, like I understand you go into last year, you didn't expect Warhop to be your offensive line coach. You had a tragic death during camp. Like that's not something you planned for. Okay, I'm gonna live with that. But you know, you saw what Warhop did with that offensive line last year, and you're like, let's bring this guy back. He was great.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. He was
They
bad.
give way
So-
too much leash to coaches. I don't, you know, and like, okay, Harbaugh's going to get as much leash as he wants. He's been here a very long time. They're not going to fire this guy, very obviously, because if they were, they would have fired him when he started 1-5 this year. It's not going to fucking happen. He's going to be here until he retires. But he needs to have a quick hook on these coaches that he puts in these positions who aren't panning out. I mean,
But
like
it's
it's one thing with
Same with
Orr.
the players.
I will give him some grace with Orr because Orr was a first time basic. I mean, like he was a brand new coach. He was in over his head, so they put some guys around him, some experienced guys around him to help him. That's different. When you talk about Chris Horton's been in that role for a long time, and he fucking stinks. Get rid of him.
Yeah. He got
They did
bailed
the
out
same thing with Roman.
I'm
They
Justin
let Roman
Tucker.
go
Yeah.
2 years longer than he should have. It's crazy.
and they let Roman go
2 years longer than they should have because of injuries, and they kept giving him that
You
excuse
see,
of like, oh yeah,
they let the linebacker coach last year, and that was his first year last year. So that's what I'm
He
saying.
coached too.
I'm just sick of his ass, man. It's just time for it. He's stale. You
I
feel
swear,
me?
Doug
Mallory must have like fucking mugged Jake in an alley somewhere or something. I've never seen somebody have such a vendetta against a fucking secondary coach. I mean, Jesus
don't-
Christ, man.
That's right. He double
I think-
teamed David Ojabo. That's why I have a personal grievance
He a
against
Mets
both of
fan
them.
too.
he like
Broke into your house and like beat the shit out of you or something, or like, you know, took all your liquid death or did something. Like it's a personal hatred you have. of that
Cut his
guy.
cat's tail off.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
I came home one day and discovered a big ass Duke on my desk.
But
And
yo,
it said
how?
Doug Mallory did it.
But
Upper decked all your toilets and shit. Like you know, there's something like you toilet paper.
No,
in
that
your
was
house.
Ojabo who did that.
But
Mallory
bro,
got here too late, so he just shat on my desk.
But bro, on a
How
serious
Mallory
note,
breaks in your
right?
house again and shits on your desk again. You
On
deserve
a
it.
serious
You've been
note, right? As a coach, as a head coach, right? How can you lie to
Fuck
the
you,
media
Drew.
and say, yeah, basically he said he go off of Warhop grades and his grades come back good. So if they all watching the tape, you can't see that shit. And look, you know they watch the internet all day long. Like you don't see Falele out there playing like trash, and y'all don't even try to make a change. Like, bro,
Right.
this shit, bro. It like, look, you know, I don't pray for injuries, right? But it's sad when, damn, why you say I'm scamming? What the fuck I did?
Trip, we can't see anything but your teeth, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
'Cause
It's dark
I know,
as
'cause-
fuck in your
I know.
you lit up.
You lit a blunt earlier, and it just fucking big orange spark on the screen was the only thing we
I
saw.
know, my bad, but you see all this shit, bro, and you don't even try to make a change, bro. Like this shit is sad, bro. This
Yeah,
shit
they
sad.
hang on way too long.
This shit sad. And I blame
And
Harbaugh,
it's
bro.
you can't do that with a team like this because like you said, EDC put the roster together. It's a roster that should, and we're seeing why now. Because I mean, like we said, week to week, some weeks they look better than others. Fine, but it's a roster built to win. Period. It's not a roster that's like, oh, okay, next year we'll add this and we'll be a little bit better. We're already at that point. It's a team that
we're
should
well
be
Past
in
the
the
point
Super
of
Bowl.
developing.
Right. This is not
When
like
you're
plug
you're bringing
something
in
in. Oh,
rookies.
we got to make a tweak. No, he addressed all the issues. Now, and he even made it so that if there's an injury, the only injury you cannot have, I guess there's two. You can't have Kyle Hamilton out for an extended period of time, and you can't have Lamar out for an extended period of time. That's the only two.
Yeah,
Oh.
and just speaking of
Kyle Hamilton, I don't know if he listens. I don't know if he's an internet guy or not. Can you just stop with the fucking injury shit? It's every week he gets banged up. He's down. He gets carried off the field. Whatever.
I get to go to all the games now. It's great. I've totally changed positions on going to these Ravens games. But I was watching him when he went out of the game. You would have thought this motherfucker had a career-ending injury the way he was on the sideline. He was surrounded by doctors.
Later, he's just
he was
fucking
sitting on
fine.
the ground. And now he's just practicing. What's going on?
and then
he acts like, what are you guys nuts? Like, no, I'm not hurt. I'm fine. It's like, dude, fuck you. We watched
I ain't
the
gonna
game.
lie.
We
It
saw
seems
you
like
get
every
hurt.
time he get hurt, it do seem like it's always feel like it's a season. Well, you know what I mean? Just in my opinion. But
he
yeah,
actually
that shit
It's a
do be
fatal injury, and scares the living shit out of me. And then all of a sudden, it's just like, oh no, Kyle.
I don't
Hamilton's
know. I
fine.
mean, I
He's back.
saw him
He's back
walking
out on the field 2 plays later. It's crazy.
I saw him walking out after the game with a boot on. That's why I was like, oh shit, he practicing. But
He had 4 doctors around
Yeah.
him, and he wasn't even sitting on the bench. He was sitting on the ground in front of the bench. I don't know why he didn't go in the goddamn blue tent.
hey, real quick,
It
how
was
y'all feel?
scary.
How y'all feel about Draymond Jones, man? I like that addition.
Oh yeah, he's good. Very
That was
good.
that was
Great
excellent.
pickup.
It was an excellent trade.
Hey, and we about to get T-Rod back because T-Rod was balling a little bit before
Yeah, he
he
was.
got hurt. I'm trying to tell
He
you.
was.
And
Man,
I
are
like
we ever going
John.
to see Carl Lawson or what?
he's another.
Him and Adisa Isaac aren't real people. I'm convinced.
Well, Adisa Isaac, I don't know. They talking about
They
he
go
had a
job a healthy
setback.
scratch and elevate Carl Lawson. Boom, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, Carl Lawson used to play for the
Fucking
Bengals,
vendettas.
so why not? He
Yeah.
used to play for the Bengals. Why not give him a shot on Thanksgiving?
Because he's
Might as
not
well.
real.
He's not in camp. He's not actually with the team. That's the only thing that I can think is that he just has not reported, and nobody's.
But he been
talking
out
about that he's
there
not
though. He
So
been
Drew-
out there.
so Drew-
allegedly. I mean, is he wearing a helmet? And nobody's actually seen
Bro,
his face.
he
Is it a
had
body
pads
double?
on and all that because he wear number 99.
He's wearing
'Cause I was
99.
Drew,
Yeah, because I was looking at a video early on the Ravens page, and I'm like, who the fuck is this? And I was like, oh shit, that's Lawson.
So Drew, you mean to tell me,
Lamar Translator's
that-
having a good night? Oh shit! Hold on.
Drew, you mean to tell me that Carl Lawson is a bird?
Yeah, Carl Lawson's a
Fucking pigeon at this point.
That was a good
He-
one.
He's a bird. He's not real. Doesn't exist.
like
And for whatever reason, every 5 years we have a hand. Andy Isabella was like this a couple of years ago. Like we signed him to the practice squad, and I'm like begging for him because it's a short white guy, and I can make a lot of jokes about how he's hardworking and all this shit, and just never fucking played. Amon.
No,
Remember
he
we
played.
spotted him? Remember
He
they
played.
posted a picture of
He
Justin
played that
Tucker
one
in
game.
the
He played. He got
background.
his ass hurt.
Yeah, and then in the background we just had like
Played
a
after
sighting
like
of Andy
9 weeks.
Isabella.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he got hurt that one game.
yeah.
Hey,
and it's like
speaking of birds aren't real. I texted Jake a couple weeks ago at like 2:30 in the morning California time a picture of a dead bird, and I was like, "There's no wires coming out of this fucking thing. This is a real animal."
Told you that's a new bird. That was developed by Elon
It's
Musk
what-
and SpaceX. It's a new surveillance device. Actually, it's Starlink. That's why I said it is a Starlink surveillance device.
Yeah.
No wires.
well, so it's got like a
chip in its head or something like that. I get it. I can
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't know, man.
It's a
This-
biosurveillance device.
You know what's frustrating about
The Ravens, it just dawned on me is that like
they win and they just don't.
do it right, and they don't do it the easy way, and they don't just like they make it challenging on themselves
It's always a
For
heart
no-
attack.
for no particular reason. Like there's no reason that you shouldn't have beat the Jets by 40 points. You know what I mean? They're a terrible fucking team, but you
Played down to them.
for a half, You were lazy on offense. Defense was fine, but like you just weren't putting up any points. It just seems like every week it's something new. Some dumb reason why we're not like
not winning. And
it's all our own fault. And I'd appreciate if they just stopped like one each.
I just want to address this accusation real quick. Lamar Translator says I look like I take pictures of dead birds regularly. At least I'm not taking pictures of children at bus stops like he is. So
no, he's not taking pictures.
Them at bus stops. He's inviting them into his car for rides to school. Was his exact quote. So
I mean, he said that on his
The
own.
fuck did I miss?
Oh, he tweeted out. He's just like, I wish all these little kids would stop coming up to me and asking me for rides to school. And I'm like, what? I'm like, why are you
What
like
the
hanging out in the
fuck?
school zone? Just put that out on his own for no fucking reason. I have the screenshot. What do you
Fuck.
mean lies? I'll tweet it out
Holy
after the
shit.
fucking podcast. You posted
Well-
like little girls were coming up to you asking you for rides, which was just the weirdest fucking thing you could have put out in the public. That's not what I said. It's almost verbatim what you said.
Well, on that note, let's celebrate real quick about fucking Ian Watkins being dead because he's a fucking creep.
oh yeah,
And then to further just button this up, we play on Thanksgiving, short week, and to finish at least the subject of the offensive line, call me crazy. I think Emory Jones might play a couple of snaps because of the short week. Because
You're not
who the fuck
crazy.
knows they're going to get out of
You're
a
not
banged up
crazy.
offensive
I
line.
believe that.
I could totally see it. Maybe it's a guard rotation. Maybe he's a sixth offensive line, but offensive lineman. But I could see it. But
Beggars can't be choosers.
I'll take anything at this point.
that's right. Well, speaking of Thanksgiving, the Bengals are coming to the bank. They're 3-8, and they're going to have Joe Burrow starting at quarterback, which really is malpractice. You're just going to throw him out there to get beat up again and get further hurt. So kudos to that team and that franchise for being inept. But he's starting for the first time since week 2, but the Bengals are not going to have T. Higgins and Trey Hendrickson for this game. So, final scores, and give me at least one prediction going into the game, each of you.
All right,
What do you
so
got,
finals. Yeah, Trippy, give us your score. I got to feel the vibes. You're my vibe check guy.
Ravens 35, Bengals 23.
Give me a bold prediction too, Trippy.
Bold prediction. Mike Green had 2 sacks.
God damn it. That was exactly
Exactly what I was going to say was this is a Mike Green breakout game. So, all right, I'm on Trippy's wavelength there. I'm going to go 38-17 Ravens. I think we sacked Burrow 6 times total. So, and
I was going to say
2 of them were for Mike Green. It was going to be a big Mike Green day. I think Draymond Jones gets
I
into
don't
it.
think he finished the game.
Yeah, I think
That at some point they're going to be like, all right, you're leaving our franchise quarterback out here to slaughter, and we're not going to do this anymore. And they, put him on the bench. So, 6 total sacks and 38-17.
Will, you want to go? Or do you want me to go?
I'll go. So it's gonna be really cold, very cold.
what's really cold.
Well, it's gonna be the air temp is gonna be in the mid 30s, and it's gonna be windy. So I think the feels like it's gonna be. Hold on, I'm gonna check on it exactly so we can get some science behind
Man,
this.
it's gonna be cold as shit, man. It's gonna be 24 degrees. It's gonna feel like 18 degrees out there, motherfucker.
Mhm.
Anybody
wind-
going out there, dress warm.
The
Yeah,
wind
so-
would be more
It's gonna be
Kickoffs
somebody dumb as shit out
Kickoffs
there
at
with some shorts
8,
on.
it's gonna feel like it's in the mid 20s, and by the end of the game, it's gonna feel like it is around 20 degrees. So I don't know that we're gonna see a whole lot of points scored, but I'm still gonna give it. Let's call it 27-13 Ravens, and I think we're gonna see 2 touchdowns from Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah,
I'm
so,
actually
I mean,
on
I
the
think
I think it's a big Derrick Henry game personally, but I could see Keaton Mitchell, eating off that too.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Drew.
I
I'm
hate
going
to say
30,
it. I
30
could
to
see Bateman
17.
score.
I don't care about if he plays. I'd rather have Tez Walker out there. He makes plays. But Ravens 30, Bengals 17. Derrick Henry's going to go off for $150 and 2 touchdowns. This is especially if it's a cold
reason-
weather game.
Is there a reason
Why Tylan Wallace still gets snaps over Tez Walker?
Drives
Better
me
run
fucking
blocker,
crazy.
I guess.
I've been
Yeah.
Much bigger Tylan Wallace. Trippy and I are the Tylan Wallace
I don't
guys
know.
on the podcast. I find his, still posting like that Rams punt return hilarious on, Instagram. So I'm a big fan of his work. But I do not get why we're dialing up deep shots to him when Tez Walker exists.
But
don't know
Tez
why.
Walker is a decent blocker too. I've been
Yeah,
watching
I
him
mean,
all
he's-
year. He's a pretty good blocker.
and the good thing with
Tez Walker is that he is a guy that you can put on the field with Zay and Hopkins, and he's just going to do his own thing. You know what I mean? Like, he's okay with that role. He's not looking for, Bateman's a diva, and like he wants the ball. I think Tez Walker will just run whatever route you tell him to do, and if he's open and he gets the pass, then fine. But otherwise, you're just going to play. He's going to play his hardest every snap.
Well,
I
and
feel
Tez
like Bateman
Walker
does not do that.
Tez Walker and Lamar seem to have really good scramble drill chemistry, especially in the red zone.
Likely hasn't quite had that this year, but I feel like Tez Walker does have that. I felt like that was likely strength until this year.
Yeah,
was
we
that
need
him
more
and
deep.
Lamar
We
always
need
seemed-
more deep shots. I don't see that. I ain't see that real this season. We need
This
more deep
past week,
shots.
the past 2 weeks, Lamar hasn't been very accurate. So I mean, I can see why we're shying away from it. But
and so
is he hurt or injured? The debate online, as always, is how hurt is he? Blah blah blah. Like,
if he's out there
playing, maybe he's a little rusty, maybe he's a little banged up, but like, I don't think you stop throwing. You know what I mean? I don't think he's that hurt. So, like,
but his accuracy's been very. It's been odd because he had turned into a very accurate passer, and then the past couple weeks there's been a lot of throws that have been really off.
it's his plant
leg that's hurt, right?
I have no idea.
regardless.
It's probably fucking with his throwing motion a little bit. Fine, like it's not the same, but he's got to just keep doing it. Repetition, figure out why he's missing passes, and then keep throwing the ball
That's what Naldo was saying about like we gotta dial up some slants, get him in rhythm. I think that's a key, and we don't do that because a lot of the quick pass game is these dumbass screens. We run these fucking screens so often, and Zay isn't concentrating. He's dropping the ball. He's fumbling. We got Tylan Wallace, fucking dropping passes. So like the quick pass game, the way we're running it just isn't effective. And I think again, I think slants are like a quarterback's best friend. So we should be leaning on those.
Let Lamar get comfortable and let him get confident, and then you try the deep balls, and then you try the longer developing plays, and maybe he's a little more comfortable in the pocket, and all of a sudden his foot's not hurting as much anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm sure when he's dropping back, getting hits, the second he turns around looking for a wide receiver, like my leg's killing me now. You know what I mean? Like you're letting things get into his head. You're getting him out of rhythm. He's pressing. He's irritated. He's this is the closest I've ever seen Lamar come to like slandering teammates in public.
Well,
Whereas,
and like when he
talking about
dirted
guys need
that
to step up.
when he dirted that ball on the drop back when he had a clean pocket for once and he just fucking dirted the ball. What was that? That was fucking weird as shit.
It was a tight end screen to Likely, and he got stuck on his block, and he didn't, or he got stuck on a defender, and he didn't.
It was just. It's not a Lamar move because, like, okay, but he had a clean pocket. He had a clean pocket, so like he could have done something. He could have run with the ball. You know what I mean? But he just threw the ball on the ground and like moved on to the next play.
I can tell you exactly what happened there because I saw it in his eyes. So they call a tight end screen. He probably didn't want to throw another screen pass. Probably annoyed by playing all these screen passes. Drops back. Likely doesn't get off the block. It's stuck. Plays shot in his mind, so he just fucking spiked the ball out of frustration. Which is very on Lamar like you said, but let's make a concerted effort to get him in a rhythm. And then you get Lamar in a rhythm, the run game's all of a sudden going to be there, and like the offense opens wide up. So I think that's got to be kind of Todd's focus. Is the first drive is get some points. So that's the other thing is we keep coming out and doing these first three play or it's a run pass and then it's a 3-and-out because it doesn't fucking work. And
you can't burn your game script on the first possession. You got to fucking do something with it. Well, I think last year they were over 80% on scoring on the first possession. So like, what we got to get back to that. You set the tone.
Games that they did. I think the last game of the season was one of the games they didn't score on the first drive. So
yeah,
you know,
And that was
the season. They already had a playoff spot wrapped up at that point, so it didn't matter.
Right. Yeah.
Well, there it is. Before I hit this outro, any final thoughts?
I
I
want
want to see Joe Burrow die on Thanksgiving, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
I think that's such a weird move for them to like. Joe Flacco has been good offensive. I don't know. I don't understand the logic
there's
behind.
Thing about playing in Ohio and wearing orange and black that just makes you make dumb decisions, or having orange as a primary color that makes you make dumb decisions at quarterback.
Just
that's
makes
what they do.
the
That was a
quarterback
simple
isn't
reason
the
for that.
problem.
It's incest. Incest and chili spaghetti fuck the mind.
And they're
Yeah.
clearly not. They're not going anywhere.
no, but they think they are.
It's
Yep.
insane.
They're trying to.
They're trying to sell seats for the end of the year, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
100%, because
Yeah.
you know they can never get sellouts in that fucking stadium. Because
My final
Bengals fans
thought.
don't even like the Bengals. They'd rather go fuck their sisters.
My final thing I want to say is the fucking Ravens better not fucking lose to the Bengals because right now we in the driver's seat for the division.
Right.
I ain't got
Yeah,
time
it's
for all
tough.
that dumbass shit.
I have a
And
tweet.
I have a
I
tweet
wanna see
bookmarked
that game.
from. I have a tweet bookmarked from Sleeper NFL that said the Ravens have been eliminated from the playoffs. This is after they dropped to 1-5, and
I saw that. I remember that.
I need to quote that at the end of the year and be like, AFC North champs suck.
Well, I mean, we're in first place. We can end the Bengals season this week. We can end the Steelers season next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. And then we play the Bengals the following week. So let's get
And
it.
we
Kill Drake May in December. Make the AFC wide open at that point.
We
and
might
then
still can
win
get the
Super
number
Bowl.
3 seed. We might
Three
get the
of
number 3
us,
seed.
three of us on the screen right now will be there.
Oh yeah, Trippy.
That's
Yeah. I
game.
was like,
Jake's coming, and then I realized it was Trippy, but yeah.
Hold up, what game?
Pats
Pats
game.
game.
Patriots.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be a Sunday night game.
Yeah, it is.
It looks like.
100%.
It.
Are they gonna flex it?
I mean,
I'm hoping.
Sunday
I'm
night
hoping.
game.
I'm making my prediction now for uniforms for that week: purple or black jerseys, purple pants.
yeah, and then that's
especially if they get moved.
The Sunday night game is like the Raiders and the Dolphins or something like that, or the Bengals and the
Oh, yeah,
Dolphins.
that's
I
getting
can't remember. It's
flexed.
some terrible fucking game. So
Ain't no way.
Honestly, it depends on what the Pats do. Right there, I mean, they're in the driver's seat for the 1 seed. But if they trip up a little bit, that game could be. We still have an honest shot at the 1 seed. If we win out, we have an honest shot at the 1 seed.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything.
things in play at this point, but just keep stacking wins, and I don't know, maybe try to do it in a way that's not gonna like drive me up a fucking wall. That would be nice, but win games. That's all. Beggars
Right.
can't be choosers. Just keep fucking stacking wins, and let's get
agreed.
to the playoffs.
I think that's everybody's final thought, right? Just keep stacking wins.
And
That's
we
a
might
fact.
actually be back.
Next week to talk about the game.
We will be back every week for the rest of the season. We're back.
That's right. Well, on that note, that's gonna do it for this week's Zone 32 installment. We, like Will said, we'll be back next week to discuss this, that, and the other. Fuck the Bengals. Happy Thanksgiving. And meanwhile, it's time for me to die.
Do it, Trip. Say it.
You gotta
See ya.
do the grind.
Yeah.